In 1939, engineers unveiled a machine so bold, so unconventional, that many believed it would redefine exploration forever. The Antarctic snow cruiser was not just a truck, it was a mobile base, designed to traverse one of the harshest environments on Earth. Yet before it even reached the ice, critics had already labeled it impossible, questioning whether such ambition could ever survive reality. At the center of this ambitious vision was Thomas Poulter, a scientist determined to push the boundaries of exploration. He imagined a vehicle capable of carrying researchers across vast frozen landscapes without reliance on external support. It was a concept driven by innovation and necessity, but also one that carried immense technical risks in an environment where failure could not be easily corrected. The snow cruiser's most striking feature was its enormous wheels, each towering over 3 meters in diameter. Engineers believed these oversized tires would allow the vehicle to glide over soft snow without sinking. On paper, the idea appeared revolutionary, promising unmatched mobility across polar terrain, yet it relied heavily on assumptions that had never been fully tested in real Antarctic conditions. The design extended far beyond simple transportation. The vehicle was intended to function as a self-contained mobile research station, complete with living quarters, laboratories, and storage for extended missions. Every element was carefully planned to eliminate dependence on supply chains, transforming the snow cruiser into a moving outpost in one of the most isolated regions on Earth. The mission behind the snow cruiser was as ambitious as the machine itself. It aimed to explore vast, uncharted regions of Antarctica at a time when much of the continent remained a mystery. This vehicle represented a dramatic shift in how exploration could be conducted, offering the possibility of deeper, longer journeys into the unknown. Transporting the massive vehicle to Antarctica presented its own set of challenges. Carefully loaded onto a ship, the snow cruiser became the centerpiece of a complex expedition. The journey itself required coordination, precision, and confidence in a machine that had yet to prove itself under the conditions it was built to endure. Even before reaching Antarctica, early tests hinted at potential problems. The vehicle struggled with traction and maneuverability on less extreme terrain. These warning signs were noted but not fully addressed, as confidence in the overall design overshadowed the concerns raised during initial trials. When the snow cruiser finally arrived on Antarctic ice, it faced the environment it had been designed to conquer. Expectations were high, as engineers and crew prepared to witness a groundbreaking moment in exploration. The true test of the machine was about to begin. Almost immediately, the flaws became apparent. Instead of gliding smoothly across the ice, the massive wheels struggled to gain traction. The vehicle slipped and stalled, its movement hindered by the very conditions it was meant to overcome. The bold vision began to unravel in real time. In an unexpected development, the crew discovered that driving the vehicle in reverse offered slightly better traction. This improvised solution revealed how far reality had diverged from theory. The design was being adapted on the spot, highlighting the challenges of operating in an environment that defied expectations. Antarctica's extreme conditions amplified every weakness in the snow cruiser's design. The intense cold, shifting ice, and relentless winds turned minor issues into critical failures. The environment proved unforgiving, exposing limitations that had not been fully anticipated during development. The vehicle included advanced features such as retractable wheels intended to adapt to different terrains. While innovative in concept, these systems struggled under real-world conditions. Complexity increased the likelihood of malfunction, and the solutions they offered were insufficient to overcome the fundamental traction problem. The immense size of the snow cruiser, once considered an advantage, became a significant limitation. Its weight and scale made maneuvering difficult, particularly on unstable surfaces. What had been designed for strength and capacity instead hindered its ability to function effectively in the field. Inside, however, the snow cruiser told a different story. It was equipped with living quarters, laboratories, and storage systems that reflected remarkable ingenuity. The interior demonstrated what the future of mobile exploration could look like, even as the exterior struggled to perform its primary function. As global tensions escalated into widespread conflict, attention shifted away from exploration efforts. The outbreak of war in 1939 redirected resources and priorities, leaving the snow cruiser project increasingly isolated. What had once been a symbol of innovation was overshadowed by global events. Unable to fulfill its intended mission, the snow cruiser was eventually abandoned on the Antarctic ice. Left behind in the harsh environment, it stood as a silent reminder of ambition unmet. Over time, snow and ice began to reclaim the machine, slowly burying it beneath the surface. Years later, expeditions rediscovered the snow cruiser, partially buried but remarkably preserved. Its survival in such extreme conditions added a new dimension to its story, offering insight into both its durability and the environment it had failed to conquer. The failure of the snow cruiser became an important case study in engineering. Experts examined its design, identifying critical flaws in traction, weight distribution, and environmental adaptation. These lessons would influence future approaches to extreme environment vehicle design. Despite its shortcomings, the snow cruiser left a lasting impact on the field of exploration. Its story highlighted the importance of testing, adaptability, and understanding real-world conditions. It became a reminder that innovation must be grounded in practical application. Modern polar vehicles reflect the lessons learned from the snow cruiser's experience. Advances in materials, traction systems, and design methodologies have resulted in machines better suited to extreme environments. Each improvement builds upon the knowledge gained from past failures. Antarctica itself remains one of the most challenging environments on Earth. Its vast, frozen landscape continues to test the limits of technology and human endurance. The continent demands respect, pushing engineers and explorers to continually refine their approaches. The snow cruiser has come to symbolize more than just failure. It represents ambition, the willingness to attempt what others deem impossible. Its story captures the spirit of exploration, where risk and innovation are inseparable.